So American Rapper the Game is back in the media today for saying that he is better than Eminem. You know what I mean? He was asked, rappers that he thinks can do better than in the music industry. And of course, the name Eminem was brought up and he stated, I'm better than Eminem. You know what I mean? He can kibbity, 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 kibbity. He said making fun of Eminem's fast style of rap. But he says outside of that skibbity, skibbity, skibbity thing, he can definitely beat Eminem, whether in a verses or in a battle based on recordings. You know what I mean? And he's free to say what he wants to say. Like, nobody should say that somebody else is better than them. But of course, you know the Eminem stands. Yeah, man, like the Eminem stands. They will not let loose. They're going to be like, oh, game. Oh, you're a clown for saying this. You're a clown for saying that. Nobody's better than Eminem. I was reading some of the comments and they were already posting shit emojis and all of that. But hey, this man should be confident. No one is better than I am. Hip hop is a very competitive genre, you know what I mean? People love to call it the sport of rap, you know what I mean? And if you're gonna go out on a field and you're gonna be saying that, hey, they're better than me, I could never beat the New York Giants, I could never beat the New York Knicks, then don't go on the field and just stay home, save yourself the embarrassment and just forfeit the game. They'll get the point regardless, you know what I mean? They'll get all points regardless. So if you're going to be handling your life that, implies that other people are better than you, then it's best not to participate in anything. Just stay locked up in your house and never compete for jobs, never compete for social mobility, for the last slice of cake, never compete for anything. Because life is about competition. The survival of mankind is about competition. And you have to believe that you are the best. You have to believe that you have the ability to one up on the next person. You know what I mean? So kudos to Game for having the balls to say that, hey, I am better than this man. This man is not better than me. He breathes like I do. So I can get the better of him. So grow some balls. A lot of people allow spineless people to paint their own narrative. Oh, I can't do this, therefore you can't do it either. And that's not how life is. I've never been one to put my life on a back burner because someone told me that this couldn't work or whatever. You know what I mean? I've always been like, hey, it didn't work for you, but it will work for me, or it might work for me. You know what I mean? I'll gamble on might than never. You know what I mean? I'll gamble on potentially it could happen than it will never happen. You know what I mean? So kudos to Game for having the balls. As for another thing that I want to comment on, which I've noticed that these followers, these balls-less followers try to push on social media. They try to push this narrative that the Game was a whack rapper, or like the Game did not have a successful career. And it's once again like sheep following sheep, the type of bullshit that goes on social media. Game was an amazing rapper and Game had an amazing career. And you cannot factually disagree that Game had a very successful career. Very, and I use the word amazing as well, unregrettably. The Game got his break in 2003. Now it's 2022. And the Game has us here having conversations. You know what I mean? He has been having viral interviews. He had a song on the Billboard Top 40 just last week. Cut that bullshit out. Like, sometimes you just gotta see things on social media and just call it out for what it is. Plain Jane bullshit.
No, I didn't say that. I said there's nothing you can do. There's plenty that could be done, but you won't do it. And do you want to know why?
No, not really.
Because you have no balls.
I see. Okay.
And your fathers had no balls. You were all a product of generations of ballless men who were either too weak or too frightened to stand up and take what was theirs. And one day, you will pass on your empty, shriveled sacks to your own pitiful offspring.
I can't hear a goddamn thing. What's he talking about?